Oh,
Hello, adventurers, and welcome to PATHCO. Here we are again. Yep.
It's always such a pleasure.
It's always... What is that a reference to?
It's
Want You Gone?
When you gone?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I've
Here
only
we are
finished
again.
Portal 1.
It's
And,
always
uh,
such a pleasure.
The most
Please
seamless
call, I guess.
intro you've done so far.
I think it's a good
was,
one.
yeah.
Hi, welcome to PATHCO. So last week, nothing happened, but the week beforehand, you guys were fighting alongside Tilda Barrow against some sort of horrible skeleton armor man, to rescue some kidnapped children.
Yes.
Teenagers.
Teenagers, that's true.
But I
Those
guess
very
they are-
distinct things.
Are you younger or older than Dave?
That's a good
That's
question
how
because
baby
they're
they
If
half
they're-
elves.
Teen. Oh, yeah, I suppose. So they live.
Because Dave is a teenager, but he's 19, which is the.
I feel like
equivalent of
teenager is
about 17.
probably more of a state of mind.
I think 13, 14 years old if they were human.
And a bad one at that.
It's like,
Oh, they are kids then.
yeah, I mean, they're like young adult novel protagonist age, if you can imagine that.
Hmm.
Or escort quest NPC for Tilda's story.
I see.
Um,
Man. Rip Burning Bunkin, though. He's gone.
yeah, never forget.
Never forget.
Pyro Pete still, well, I was
Still-
gonna say alive and kicking, but he's kicking.
Kicking for
Still
sure.
kick it, indeed.
Yeah.
He's not kicking. Yeah, I think we're gonna get right back to it. Get right back to the shack, which is of course my favorite Weezer song.
Fucking hell.
It's a pretty good one, you know.
Yeah, I
Like,
suppose.
sorry, you're not as much of a Weezer head as I
Uh,
am.
Is Weezer the guy from Teenage Dirtbag?
Yes.
No, that's Wheatus.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, Weezer did Pork and Beans. That's quite a good one.
Oh yeah, I know Pork and Beans.
Just Google Weezer. It's got 2 E's in it. It's I
I'll do
enjoyed
that after the stream.
I
Good
quite
tune.
like this. Island in the Sun. That's quite a good one. Troublemaker. Anyway, back to the shack, the titular track. We rhyme. Anyway, so Moriarty, sort of staggering back slightly at the top of the turn, is basically going to say, "I'm glad that you're pointing at him, by the way, just in case. I've swapped some minis around because the default minis were kind of annoying me here.
Okay.
Not for the orphans, though. I couldn't be bothered.
Thought
Enough.
handy because
And-
we've got Hellhounds in chat. And
Hi, Hellhounds.
Hello.
Moriarty
Okay,
is
so Moriarty is a bad guy. He's the sort of captain of the Scumport 4th Legion,
douchebag squad.
the Douchebug Squad, which is it's a militia of Scumport that went vanished.
Douchebags.
During the whole sort of haunted quarter sinking thing. And all of his 4th Regiment skeleton pals are around him. So yeah, he's been going toe to toe with Sigmund for a few rounds, so he's looking a little bit worse for wear. He does have these 2 sort of spawning piles of skeletons on either side of him, but yeah, he essentially yells aloud, "Enough!" and twirls his sword into the air and then jabs it into the ground. And Sigmund, I need you to make Sigmund, Gilhelm as well. I need you to make reflex saves.
I'm probably not
Okay, a
covered.
refund.
Key
Maybe.
dokey.
What about Pyro Pete?
Pyro Pete also needs to make a reflex save.
Very well. I will do that.
As
I will do that momentarily.
as the sort of far side of the building collapses away.
Oof.
Oh, deep.
Oh, worm.
To reveal a sort of void beneath. There's a big sort of crevasse that sort of bridges slightly across this side of the haunted quarter, and the jab down of Moriarty's sword sends the entire sort of half of the building behind him collapsing away.
Oh shit. This guy's a bit less of a chump than we thought.
Oh shit. That's a 13 for Pyro Pete and a 7 for Gilhelm, by the way.
Oh dear.
It
Right,
could
well.
have gone better, I will say.
I'm going to continue narrating some narration for a moment
Sounds
as the skeletons begin to fall away into the darkness, along with Moriarty himself, although he seems to be falling slower. And as the skeletons and the sort of bone piles fall into the darkness, you see a whoosh of eldritch green flame. And beneath them, the wind sort of begins to pick up. You're pointing out at the sea anyway. You're out into the kind of Scumport Bay, I suppose, looking out. But the wind begins to pick up more and more and more until there is a sort of large churning typhoon of bones. Essentially, you see a sort of swirling typhoon of crushed human bone, glowing eldritch energy, and sort of Moriarty perched atop it as he sort of glows at you from down in this pit. Anyway, I'm going to move the fire. The fire looks really dumb. Hang on, I just noticed that. The fire is inexplicably still there. It's like a Minecraft-style column.
It's sucked into the typhoon.
Got
Yeah.
to be a pun in there somewhere about bone typhoon, but I can't think of what it is right now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna think about it.
I'm sure it would have been very humorous. Anyway, I think a humerus is a part of a bone. I don't know.
A humerus is definitely a kind of
Yes.
bone, yes.
Is
Funny
it?
bone.
Oh, good. Right, fantastic.
Yes, the elm.
Okay, so Sigmund, you're able to, it's the classic sort of Buster Keaton style thing of you're just standing on the edge, and the entire floor just before your feet collapses away in front of you. Just gonna make a roll for Tilda. Oh boy.
Oh no, Artus!
So yes. Who rolled the 13 and who rolled the 7?
13 is for Pyro Pete, and 7 is for Gilhelm.
I don't think either of those are good enough. So
shit.
I think Gilhelm and Tilda begin to fall downward into the darkness, as
Could
does
I,
Pyro Pete.
Can I make
Shit.
some kind of since Tilda's right next to me, can I make some kind of reflex save to try and like grab her back? I have got the saving shield feat, which lets me like put my shield in front of blows, so there's a sort of a narrative.
I kind of like that, so you can maybe roll a reflex save again. It's, normally this would be like, if this was Dungeon World, it'd be like act under pressure or something,
Okay, another reflex save.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say for a 26. I think it's the kind of mirrored shot where Tilda saved your ass before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was going for.
it's the sort of inverted shot where instead of Tilda's gauntlet reaching down to grab Sigmund, it's vice versa. And she's sort of literally hanging on by her arm, although she is a halfling, so she's not super heavy. And sort of breathing heavily, she looks up to you, and she's like, good catch. Oh, that's a new one. Didn't see that coming. You alright? She was talking to you, Sigmund.
Oh, that's okay. I was just waiting for the cars to finish going.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. They're probably motorbikes, actually.
Oh, that's better. Okay.
Okay. Phew. I guess that makes us even. But oh shit, Gilhelm. That skeleton, I guess. Gilhelm,
Beloved team pet.
shoot out your claw.
Yeah, I was
I
about
mean-
to say, can I do something with that?
I think.
It is
Maybe
a
some
7, so
Gilhelm
if this is a no, then by all means I accept that.
I
Yeah,
think
maybe
it's on
your
Gilhelm's
turn,
turn,
yeah.
perhaps.
Ah, I
yeah.
see. That's a good
I do
call.
kind of like the image of Sigmund holding Tilda, and then Gilhelm's claw comes out and gets Tilda on the boot, so it's like a three-way deep.
Oh, yeah.
That is pretty good. If you succeed, I'll let that happen.
Yeah, I think
Meanwhile, John also stumbles forward, like literally like a foot from the edge, sort of giving away here. You can even see, looking out into the sort of night sky, that some of the seawater is tumbling down into this sort of abyss. And there does not appear to be like a clear bottom.
Oh dear.
Anyway, Glamvar, it's your turn.
Continually
Oh,
tired
sorry.
of giant voids.
Yeah, I suppose we've kind of had two of them in a row.
3, if you include the one. I don't know. It wasn't really a void, I suppose, but it was pretty gross around where the dryad was.
Ooh, how are my voice levels now, Hellhounds? Am I still quiet, or is that good?
You sound okay to me. Maybe it's Mon. Has Mon turned down Matt's audio or something?
I don't know. Let's see. A little bit, yeah. Here we go. Got to turn you up a little bit more.
Okay, how's that? That's me going in again. Woo.
That should probably be better.
Apparently, we're all quiet, but Mon's fine.
Oh, really? Wait, then I'll just turn you guys up. Don't worry. Test?
Test.
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 Internet. Okay, can we get rolling? Memes. Memes.
Memes.
Right. So yeah, it's Brother Glanvar's turn anyway. The entire far side of the house has collapsed.
I see.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't your fault this time.
It wasn't your fault this time.
Or was it?
So I was looking through my equipment list to see if I had any rope, but doesn't look like I have any. So I can't do what I was thinking of doing. I'm trying to shoot an arrow at Gilhelm with a rope attached to it.
You don't own any rope?
It's not on my list of possessions.
What kind of adventurer are you?
Might be able to find some on my person.
Have you got like an explorer's kit or anything like that?
Oh, it's Pathfinder. It doesn't have anything as convenient as an explorer's kit.
Oh, that's
You got to remember, I'm a
isn't it?
character who can descend most heights just by jumping.
True.
So can Gilhelm, apparently.
God. I don't know about that one, mate.
I guess what he can do is he can just move there and see if he can keep on shooting at Bossman.
Bossman.
Don't forget.
I'm not sure what my movement is now. Wait, that's 25. How the fuck have I forgotten what my movement is?
It's like 40.
Isn't it
Something.
30 because you're
It's
a
a
dwarf
lot.
still?
He's a monk.
It's slightly bigger because I'm a monk, I think.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, 50. There it is. 25. There we are. 50. Runs to the edge and shoots an arrow at that fellow.
The +2.
Who, Moriarty or the Swarm?
At the what's Moriarty or the what?
The Swarm.
Moriarty.
Okay.
He is the problem here. Well, the immediate problem.
Oh,
There's
wait.
only a problem.
There's a lot
He
of
is
immediate
one of the
problems.
problems.
That was unfortunate.
That does not hit. It's essentially at this sort of churning, sort of cyclonic void sort of snatches the arrow out of the air and sort of casts it away. Moriarty himself is kind of floating in the middle of this kind of churning void. He's still got his sword braced and like his shield up, but he is being battened around slightly as he's kind of being lifted ragdoll style. Anything else that you want to do on your turn, Glanvar?
That is all I can do.
Okay. Sigmund, it's your turn.
Huh. Well, I don't really have many ranged weapons. What's going on here? How can I? Well, I guess I should pull Tilda up, right? Like, is she up here, or is she still dangling off, or what's?
I think you've still got her by the arm.
Okay, well, I guess I should pull her up, really.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life. I'd probably give you a disadvantage if you were trying to fight with, like, a halfling woman hanging off one arm.
Okay, so I'll hoof her up back onto the side.
She sort of dusts herself down. I was going to say, like, dust herself down of some imaginary dust, but it is probably pretty dusty in here at the moment. She braces back, ready for battle. Her blade's drawn.
Was that a move action or a standard action?
Probably a move action.
then I guess I'll hold an action in case anything comes into melee range.
Cool. Okay. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
That's my move and my standard action, so...
Okay. Well, I don't know. You might want to talk. You might want to have a deep, fulfilling conversation. I'll tell you how.
Oh shit! What the fuck is that? Oh, it's some kind of weird cyclone.
It is the spirits of the Legion itself, says Moriarty, who's kind of a bit melodramatic.
Oh, wow. You didn't want to lead with that? You just thought you'd go with the... Well, okay. Sure. Well, it's very surprising. I'm very impressed, Moriarty.
Thank you. I
guess...
worked very hard on it.
I still think you're a weirdo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Seems a little much.
You freak.
Coming from you.
Wow.
I mean, I tells them like I sees them.
Yeah, come on,
Okay,
Dave.
yeah.
Let him have it.
Yeah, go on, get on with you. It's not even like... Do you want to say... Go on, say the line. Go on. You know we want to say it.
What? Are you talking to me or him?
No, I'm talking to Moriarty. I'm talking to him.
I was also unsure as to who you were speaking to.
The line, oh, this isn't even my final form. Come on, I know you know.
What? I haven't changed forms.
No, you do it.
Still the same man.
Yeah, but you say it beforehand, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just changed forms.
No, what?
He's
No,
about
they
to change
did.
forms.
I'm not changing forms. I don't know what that is.
Oh well, I'm not. Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought you were gonna do something cool.
Yeah, this is kind of a letdown.
A 3 to 4 stage, fight at this point.
Yeah. So we just wait here. So you just
Yeah.
Perhaps some siege weaponry, Just
Yeah.
push the boat out a little.
yeah.
Look, regardless. And he's like, cease this. Apollyon.
Yes. First of all, I'll try to save my
Your
minions.
turn.
Wait, why is Moriarty no longer in the turn order?
I don't know.
Fuck. His
probably linked to the other mini.
His initiative was on the other mini. Know what their initiative was?
Well, he started this this session, so that would mean he's probably before Glanthar.
But I just kind of cutscene.
Oh right. Well, I mean, you can put him there, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the turn track from YouTube. They don't have the names on. Alright, there's a 7 there and a 15. Alright, so they go after Dave either way. And before the assaulted orphans.
Oh, after is in after Dave. Okay, cool. So you went after Dave is in after Dave.
Yeah, I thought so as well.
No, my boy.
Poor boy.
Okay, there we go. I've actually put them back in the turn order. Doing well.
Yes.
Alright, sorry, Apollyon, your turn.
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to try and save my minions from utter demise.
I mean, reasonable.
What can I do with Gilhelm here? What's his
Well,
status
Wilhelm
quo?
is still falling.
Okay.
He's not fallen.
Is he more than 15 feet below the edge of the building? Would you
I think
say?
there's the ground floor as well.
Fallen.
As well.
Like, he's not had a turn falling yet.
Basically,
I'm
my
trying to
question
work
here
out-
is: can I shoot the claw arm, which has a range of 15 feet, to grab onto the ledge?
I feel like maybe that's something that would have had to have been done with the reflex save, but also what else would Gilhelm do in this situation? So yeah, you can try and roll it.
All right.
Also shoot the dude. Moriarty.
That's actually not a bad call.
But then again, I think the AC of a bit of wall is probably lower.
Yeah, that is also true. Okay. I am going to roll another reflex save, was it?
Or an attack roll for the thing?
Yeah, maybe like a ranged attack roll, I'm tempted to say.
Right, okay. Let's see what's the bonus on
With
the
plus
range
twos.
attack. Okay, so that's +2, and the thingy is +4. Okay, so that's a total of +6. Still not superb.
It's not fantastic.
It's
What was
really
he
not,
actually
is it?
aiming for?
Just sort of the wall here. So this bit here.
Okay, I'm gonna dungeon world it in terms of Gilhelm is now hanging from his claw arm just below this, so maybe
Right.
15 feet down.
Right.
And he's kind of in a precarious position. Like you can see that the this part here is kind of collapsing slightly,
Indeed.
as it's still all kind of very vulnerable and damaged, following the whole sort of half of the building falling off.
Indeed. So what are we looking at here? Is this just the ground, or this is like an abyss? Yeah.
Yes, it's an abyss. Hence the use of the color black,
Yes,
and also
that-
some of this like collapsing
That
kind of
makes
furniture going
sense.
on.
That makes sense. Okay, can I roll a strength or something similar for him to try and pull himself up, or is that all Gilhelm can do this round?
Climb check probably.
Climb check makes sense. That is Dex, I believe.
No,
I think
strength.
climb check's strength.
Oh
anyway.
yeah, it's strength.
Yeah, that's
okay,
why, that's
okay.
why I
So
stuck it.
potato.
Okay, yeah. Then that is +3. Bollocks! This is not going
Yeah, so I-
well.
I think he's basically struggling. Like, I don't think that there's progress made in terms of he's in a very precarious position. So
Right.
it's probably that kind of shot that you always see where he attempts to kind of pull himself up by one arm, and the like pipe that his
Yeah,
claw is grappled
It
onto
bends. Yeah.
slightly.
Okay.
So yeah,
Then Pyro Pete. Can he even be saved? I just don't know.
I don't know how you would, which is kind of.
Here's what I
I'm sorry
think-
for wrecking your things, and I didn't
Just-
really realize Pyro Pete was there.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I think. Well, I mean, Burning Bunken has been destroyed. Who was Pyro Pete's partner in crime?
That's the meme that you drew on stream.
Yeah, indeed. And I think Pyro Pete is going to do like a "you're gonna carry that weight, Napoleon," and he's gonna try and move in such a way that as he explodes, which he does when he dies again, he is going to get Moriarty as well.
I don't think the distance is there. Like, this is a very, very, very deep pit, and I don't see how he died before he hit the bottom.
Isn't the whirlpool sort of a destructive thing going on there?
Oh, the cyclone?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm kind of into that. Like,
He's only
kinda
got
hit the
5
bottom of
health
the-
as well.
Yeah, he's gonna die from the fall. Yeah, okay. Roll something.
Can I roll his damage on himself to see if we could do it that way? Whether he can explode on time to sort of explode along with Moriarty or not?
Okay, I mean, you can give it a shot. It would probably be the cyclone as opposed to Moriarty, just in terms of how things are positioned. But
Yeah, sure, that works. Okay, and then I am going to... so that's... Base tax +0... 2 claws. Okay, so that's 2 claws +2. Okay.
I don't think he has to roll to hit himself.
True. So that's just damage then, isn't it? So that's 1d6. Shit's not enough. Alright.
No, so I think you lose him. I think
Yeah.
I think he drops down at the moment of very meaningful eye contact between Apollyon and his,
Yeah.
totally empty eye socket, and then he drops out of sight.
Yeah, shit. There he goes. Fucking Pyro Pete.
Yeah,
And Napoleon's sort
testament
of
to a true legend.
looking at that guy and at the remains of Burning Bunken, which is just ash probably. Yeah, well, there went 100 gold worth in jewels.
Sorry.
Nah, it's alright, man.
Sorry. No.
I don't take apologies from you, you freak. Here, have at it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what? I'm gonna move him up slightly so that you can see his name still.
I think what Apollyon is going to say from over there is, you know, Moriarty, now that I see you in the light of this, you know, big bone typhoon thing, I think we've been too harsh on you with, you know, the name calling and all of that. Here's, I think, you know, Moriarty, wait, no, that's not his, hey, you know, Moriarty, I think you're really worthy of our love, and I think he's going to put, like, his index and thumb fingers together and make a heart, and in the middle of that heart, fireball.
Jesus. Zero
Fire
kill.
it somewhere that you don't hit literally everyone that isn't me.
Yeah, I mean, there's room enough to do that here.
Is it a 20 feet circle for fireball?
Yes, it's a 20 feet radius circle.
Right, cool.
If I can get some kind of circular.
Yeah,
something.
I'm just circling it out. 20 feet. Man, math. So that's 20 feet diameter, right?
Yes. No, it's radius.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's big,
Woof.
and
That's a
I've
big
got
boy.
I've got bigger ones,
Just in case.
just in case.
Okay, there we are.
That looks about right.
Just a circle, so like
All
something
right.
like that.
Yeah, something like that. Just get him, get the whirlpool, the typhoon, and I would like a so
Reflex save, isn't it?
yes. So it's 4 plus 3. It's 17 that I'm looking for. And
Okay. Typhoon rolled a 16, which is a bad start. And Moriarty rolled an 11. So yeah, max damage for
Alright.
the
Nice.
32.
Booyah.
Pretty good.
Fuck. That's a big one. Big whammy.
Yeah, I mean it's actually average because it's 10d6. So
It's still a reasonably large whammy, though,
yeah, it is
if you have to quantify it.
very much so.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Damage
Does
reduction.
anyone know how spell resistance works in this game?
It's like damage reduction, isn't it? But
no, it's not.
Spells. of course it isn't that easy.
No, it
Of course.
requires a completed.
Spell resistance
Fucking-
works as follows: as that I believe I make a cast level check against it, and if I succeed, then the spell hits, and if I don't succeed, then it doesn't. I think
Hang on, let me see if it applies to area of effect attack.
that's a good question, actually. Spell resistance.
Spell resistance applies. Yes.
Okay. Spell resistance.
So it's 1d20 plus caster level, and you have to beat its spell resistance, which is 20.
Right, indeed.
And otherwise the spell doesn't affect the creature.
Indeed.
So 1d20 plus 10.
Yes, indeed. I'm aware. I'm just looking for things that can boost it because I don't like a 50-50 chance.
Toss a coin, man.
I don't feel like I have anything here that can do it. Going once, going twice for anyone with spell resistance boosting abilities.
If I
Nope,
do,
sorry.
I can't do it right now.
Alright, very well. Alright, here goes.
Come on.
Ah, fuck! Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's a 1. Alright.
So, I think there is this whoosh of flame, and Moriarty himself is kind of flung about a little bit, like, he seems definitely worse for wear from it. There's still licking flame sort of on his cloak and on, like, his helmet, but the actual bone storm that he's floating within seems to be almost totally unaffected.
Oh, I see. So it's the storm, is it? Huh.
Yep.
That's funky.
Yep. It's a funky storm. What can I say, man?
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Still got a move action and anything Ryan wants to do, I suppose.
Yes. In terms of move actions, quickly going to take a look at my whatever like random shit that I have in my pockets. What has it got in its
A whole
pockets?
tuna.
A
full modern torch.
Uh,
A tree sapling.
actually, I mean,
Several.
I think
top hats.
Apollyon is going to say, actually, you know, like, we've got these kids. Can't we just get out of here?
As if I would let you leave alive.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, like, the storm's pretty cool and all, but I think we could probably run faster than you can do your whole, you know, storm thing. Just sort of making an estimate here. Can I roll Knowledge Arcana on the storm to see what it is?
Yeah, sure. Meanwhile, I'm going to Google what the fuck the movement speed of a cloud is.
24.
Does it just not tell you what? No, never mind. It is a bone storm. It is an unholy storm comprised of sort of finely ground skeletal components. And indeed, from glancing out at it, you can see the kind of churning mass of the two skeleton piles that were in the corners of the room there, along with, you know, bits of discarded armor and what have you. And indeed, even the clouds around it kind of have that sickly kind of necromantic glow. Kind of reminds me of home, actually. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is.
Reminds me of a heat wave in Ossenheim. Yeah, so it's a cloud fast.
It's what?
It's a cloud, so it can move pretty fast.
Oh, I
Like
suppose.
think about how fast storms move.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, fine. Okay, I don't really have other cool shit here, so I think this is going to be my turn.
Okay, it's Dave Barrowhill. It's him, the nation's darling.
Oh, it's got spell resistance, and I'm generally not as good at spells.
Why does Apollyon
sorry.
have a net symbol on him?
I don't know, I was wondering about that. And, I mean, the Storm's got spell resistance, but Moriarty doesn't.
Oh, good
Moriarty
point.
certainly doesn't.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
Scream at him, though.
Do it.
I wonder what I thought that net meant.
Don't know, man. It's your net.
Maybe he's cyber cool on the internet.
Ah, that's probably
That's
he's
the
a web
worst.
warrior.
That's the worst explanation for it.
Moriarty,
Thank you, Matt.
Please roll a fortitude save.
A fortitude save.
16 or higher. It's probably just higher than that.
I mean, is that why it's a, you know, relatively low-level spell?
Yeah, it is. It's only level 1, so yeah, 16.
27.
Well, you'll take half of this. There you go. The
So
best I
what's
could
that?
do with what I was given, which was nothing.
Math.
What am I looking
damage.
at? Yes,
I did
8.
it.
Sonic damage, if it makes any difference. I need to mark that off. Oh, and embodied poison still.
Indeed.
That's how I'm helping.
Cool.
That's it. That's all I can do.
Okay,
Right.
fair. You want to move or anything? No? Okay.
I'm fine. This is like my edge out of the way so that like people can get past me if they want to escape.
Fair shout, fair shout.
Down there.
So the swarm seems to stir for a moment, and then Moriarty gestures at Glanvar and Sigmund and says, There! Those two! And the storm moves.
So just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yo, what the shit? Yeah. the swarm moves into position. Hang on, how do I move to the back? Okay, I found the button on how to move it to the back. Right. Yes, it is a swarm. So, think. Oh shit! That's within 10 feet of a bone storm. Woof! This thing's worse again. Anyway, so I think that's a swarm damage, which, if I recall, just occurs when it moves.
I think so.
Yes, that's the idea, I think.
Yeah,
I think we've had
basically-
this issue with bats and stuff.
Bats,
before.
yes. Definitely bats.
Definitely bats. Not bats.
Somewhere in the PATHCO universe, a shiver runs along Blind Abdul's spine.
One of the only times that spell has ever been any good. Swarms work yet, buddy?
No. Automatic damage to any creature whose space they occupy at the end of their move with no attack damage roll. With no attack roll needed. Okay, so I need to roll 66 and
Oh, that's not six.
and I'm going to take that. This I know how to do. So that's 24 points of damage, Sigmund and Glamour.
24.
Yup.
Oof,
Shit.
Yeah, it's a rough
no.
one.
It
Whoa.
ignores. You're saying it ignores armor. Oh dear.
Bloody
Yes.
hell.
It's a swarm.
It is.
And it's essentially, it's not just the sort of physical damage, although there's essentially, it's like powdered bone, so it's kind of cutting at your face, and you can feel it kind of burning your lungs as this sort of great
It's
grey
like a-
cloud comes in around you.
Razor sand.
I
My health.
to whack anything that comes in, right?
Oh, that's true. Feel free to whack either of them.
I guess I should whack Moriarty.
Probably
Let's
go for
see
him,
if
I
we
think, yeah.
Take
That
take
seems
him out.
reasonable.
Can you whack someone, sorry?
He held an action to hit someone
Ah.
who came within range.
I get +2 to the hit modifier because of Dave, right?
Yeah.
Yup.
Welcome.
26.
That hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's Moriarty looking like at this point? He's
Rough.
taken a beating.
Oof, that's 11 points of damage.
He is hanging on. Wait, hang on. Did you add the +2?
Yes, that's
damage?
with the +2.
Oh, okay. He is hanging on by a thread. Like you plunge the Mace of Spades like into his chest cavity, and he crumples bodily. But you can still see this kind of sputtering, sort of off yellow light within his eyes. Meanwhile, Tilda and John both need to make a reflex save. Because anything within... Oh, okay, Tilda is totally fine, having rolled a natural 20. John is thrown back 10 feet.
Oh shit, there he goes.
So he gets
Is he gonna fall
thrown.
down the hole? No, don't.
Oh shit. Whoops.
So you just hear this kind of like, it's young Link's scream, you know the one from like Smash and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you hear Tilda yell out, "John!" And he's like, "I'm all right."
And he looks to the side and he sees the 3 skeletons just chilling. Hey.
They're all playing cards.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, what are you in for?"
They're playing Mahjong with their bones.
Oh, rough. Yes, so Sig and Glan have both taken damage. And yeah, essentially that's not just the physical damage, but there's also an unholy kind of necromantic tint, which is pretty rough, you know, as far as rough things go. Next it is Moriarty's turn himself, and he is gonna give Sigmund the old 1-2. So that is plus 17 and then plus 12. So that's a 28.
Does not hit.
and
Really?
a 32 critical.
A 32, that's a critical hit. Well, that does hit because it's a critical hit.
Would it
Because
not if
it's
it
a critical hit. Pardon
What
me.
the shit, man?
What are you?
No,
Why?
that would a 32 would have hit me, even if it wasn't.
I see.
Okay, that was real stressful
Golly.
for a moment.
Just about.
Just about.
Woof.
It's 31, isn't it?
No, if you equal a AC, it hits.
Oh, yeah. God, fucking hell.
Yeah. So that's 18 points of damage. It's essentially he's kind of buffeted by the wind, and it seems almost like he's unconscious, but his sword just rakes across your chest.
Sigmund is bloodied at this point.
Bloody Sigmund. Yeah, sounds about right. Tilda should probably have gone on Dave's turn, actually. Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna send her in. Just loading up her sheet, which in
The old
retrospect
1, 2, 3,
would have been
4.
handy. Give him the old quadruple hit.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking her babs. Okay. That does not hit. That does not hit. That does not hit. Okay, so she's essentially lunging out at Moriarty, but she's kind of being buffeted by the wind. Like, she's able to stay sort of standing, but Dave especially, you can see that this cyclone isn't just kind of limited to the 10 feet. For another 10 feet around it, it has these wider kind of buffeting winds. And it's what sort of picked John up and threw him off the higher level. So yeah. But she's kind of gritting her teeth and bracing herself against that. It's the Assorted Orphan's turn, where Quinn is going to drop down onto the level below and check in on John. Nope. I managed to grab one of the crosses that someone had made. She's going to make her way over to him. Oh, she can probably double move, actually. Okay. She's checking in on her brother. Glanvar, it's your turn.
So Glanvar is going to... I can shoot an arrow whilst I'm in this middle of this swarm, can't I?
Yeah, I don't believe so. Oh, can Sigmund and Glanvar also roll a fortitude save, please?
Sure.
Close.
What's that? A 27 and an 18. Okay, just checking the Donkey Kong. DC 18. Okay, you both meet it. Essentially, it's this sudden sort of lurching feeling of this kind of unholy energy kind of churning at your stomach, and it's wildly uncomfortable. If you'd failed that, you would have been nauseated.
Oh no.
Which is it's the worst descriptor of an attack.
It's pretty grim.
Yeah, it's rough. Anyway, so Glanvar, it's your turn.
So Glanvar is going to... I'm going to start with shooting a normal arrow, a standard action arrow at Moriarty, with the idea that I'm going to then use my movement afterwards to move the hell out the way.
You're sensible.
So 2 and 2, and because I haven't moved, I get my bonus of ignoring AC bonuses from armor, natural armor, and/or shields.
Nice.
If that helps in any circumstance.
I think that definitely hits, and I think Moriarty sort of is able to sort of pan around to glance at Glanvar. His eyes widen, and then the arrow just sort of sinks through his forehead. the helmet that he's wearing, the kind of semi-eye covering helmet, collapses in on itself, and he crumples.
Yeah. We got him.
Yeah, get the bastard. The storm around him seems to churn even more violently at this point.
Oh no, I was hoping it would churn less violently.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I think this is our cue to leave.
more so violent.
I can just imagine next to Glanvaz, he releases the shot. Sigmund going, yes, no.
It didn't do that. Yeah. So you are still within this kind of swarm.
Yeah, I'm going to use my movement to get out of the storm.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Indeed.
5 and 15. I should be far enough back for now. That's as far as I'm going to move.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We should get out of here.
Pardon?
We should get out of here.
Probably should.
Gilhelm is still hanging off the edge into the void, just as a note.
True.
I forgot about that.
Anything else on your turn, Glanvar?
No.
Okay.
Although I am
Sigmund.
probably wondering why Gilhelm didn't try and shoot at something on the ground floor rather than the top floor.
I think
The
he did.
ground floor is further back.
Fair.
Anyway, Sigmund, your turn.
So, what's the plan here? Are we running away? Are we fighting this thing, or...?
I mean,
Let's leave.
if
Let's
you've-
rescue Gilhelm.
yeah, if you got a plan to fight that thing, be my guest. But honestly, I don't.
I'm kind of hesitant to leave this thing in the middle of a heavily populated area.
What do you mean, heavily populated? It's the bloody haunted quarter.
I don't know. Where's it gonna go? It's a swarm. It could go anywhere.
I mean, it could go
well-
to Sobek's fucking place. That'd be a treat. Then we've got him out of the way just as well.
Roll a knowledge arcana check, Apollyon.
Okay. Arcana. Oop. 20?
On a 20, you do know that this thing targets living creatures non-discriminatorily. It just attacks living things at random. So, toss a coin.
Does it attack the thing that is closest to it?
I think it states that it does lunge for the nearest.
Can we lead it into the...
Turns and speeds towards living creatures as soon as it detects their presence. The only reason it wasn't was because Moriarty was controlling it.
I see.
It doesn't preferentially select opponents, rather just seeking to encompass as many living creatures as possible.
Okay. My second question is... Do we have a bag of holding?
I think Dave has a handy haversack.
I've got a handy haversack. So have you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm looking for a...
You don't want to use yours for this trick.
No, I'm definitely up for using mine. I just thought that a bag of holding might be better because it's a more powerful item if we had it.
Why wouldn't you just do this for all? Because the whole thing about keeping living creatures in them, obviously, is that, they suffocate. But why wouldn't you just do this for all undead at all times?
It's a good
There'd
question.
still be
Good
a line
question
in
as
there.
any.
You'd go to put your hand in there to get out your gold pieces. Get your hand gnawed off.
Yeah, true. Okay. Here's my plan. We try and stick it in my handy haversack, and then
Apollyon is speaking over a Category 5 hurricane.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
happening in this room.
we release it into the fucking Republic of Free Scumport, or whoever they are. Then we've got that covered, and then we can get Seth and his guys and do our thing. Somebody'll deal with the hurricane. That's how it goes. You can just leave
That's a
stuff.
very good idea.
You can just leave stuff out there like hurricanes or scorpions. Never bite you in the arse. Never.
Sigmund kind of looks over to Tilda. Is Tilda eyeing for combat right now? Do you think?
Tilda is always eyeing for combat.
Yeah.
Well, I think Sigmund's going. I think I'm going to need a little bit of healing, folks, and is then going to attempt to hit this creature with some strikes. Just general flailing because he's stupid, and that's how he rolls.
General
okay.
flailing, despite interestingly owning a mace.
Yes, ho ho. So I'm going to take my first Mace of Spades. My first Mace of Spades attack against this creature.
Where's +2s?
+2s. Okay, so it's an attack roll. I'm going to use power attack, and I'm dual wielding. So the +2s cancel out of one of those, and then it's just another -2 for the other one. Okay, it's not a flank. Yeah, so I'm just going to put in the power attack there. 32.
That hits. Big whammy.
Nice.
Okay.
Wow.
Then did that, and this and that. 20 points of damage.
Oof.
Nice.
Yeah,
Clobber it.
I think you're essentially, you're just striking at random. Like, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to the structure of this thing, but you're able to smash down the sort of powdered bone that is being lashed at you as you're fighting through it.
Okay, next up is going to be the Shield of Arbello Strike, which is going to be the same. So that previous one was bludgeoning. This is a piercing. I don't know if that's relevant. An 18.
18 does not hit.
Okay, next up is my second Mace of Spades attack. That's my dual wielding one, so it's a -5 on there. It's a 26 to hit.
I think that hits. Yeah, it does.
Okay, cool. So then there's some power attack in there, and Dave's things. Womp for 17 points of damage.
Nice.
This, you can see that the winds are beginning to ebb. Like, it's still sort of thrashing at you, and you are still being sort of buffeted around. But it does seem to be lessening in force.
Okay, I'm gonna keep. I think this is working. I'm just gonna keep hitting it.
Yeah.
Keep hitting it.
Sounds good. Segment.
Okay, I've got my my last attack now, which is the Shield of Arbello backup attack. 13, which presumably doesn't hit.
Super doesn't.
I'm pretty happy with that damage-wise, though.
You missed the wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn. That's my full attack.
Apollyon.
First of all, I'm gonna try have Gilhelm sort of get back onto this ledge here. Do you want to climb? Do you want to reflex? What do you want for that?
Climb, I think.
Okay.
You're trying to climb a thing.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'd also allow acrobatics if you want to try and fling yourself down onto the.
Not any better. Because acrobatics is dex, right?
Acrobatics is dex. Climb is.
Climb is. Fucking hell.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think there's another sort of lurch, and Gilhelm now seems to be in a worse position. He's now like 20 feet down, as the pipe has sort of collapsed downward slightly,
Fucking
and
hell.
he's swinging a little bit.
What am I gonna do about that? Okay.
I could try and lasso him with some rope that I might have on me.
That's a good plan.
Does your pet need help, or?
Yes, he does.
Sorry, I don't know. He's quite sort of disconcerting to look at, and anyway, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see. This thing's got fucking spell resistance, son of a bitch.
I think this is the first thing we've ever fought with spell resistance. Who the fuck is this?
I don't think I've ever used.
Dickhead cloud.
I've never used enemies with spell resistance, I don't think. Okay. I think the frog demon from the end of Arbello had it. Um,
No, I thought he only had damage resistance.
Yeah, I
possible.
thought it was damage resistance.
It might have had spell resistance.
If it's a demon and it's the regular stat block, then yes, it would have had spell
It was
resistance.
half a demon.
Yeah, it wasn't the regular stat block, but it might have had some. Anyway.
It was
Indeed.
one half of the regular stat block, so Matt just went through and rolled a d2 to see whether he kept that feature or not.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, that's kind of a concept.
It
Anyway,
kind of is. Okay. So this thing looks like it's ebbing, does it?
yes. If this thing did have blood, then you might consider it bloodied.
Right. Okay. Then I'm not gonna go all out on this thing. Do I? No. Of course not. Sigmund's there. I don't even know a fireball. Okay.
I mean, you could kiss it. You could curveball it.
True, but that seems so anticlimactic. That's so. If I
also
want to
did
use a
work
fireball, I
last
want to really put it in the middle of a not just use it to singe something.
And it didn't work last time.
True. So I'm not going to use a spell. A third
Polly's
level
never
spell
let a
slot.
silly thing like repeatedly failing ever keep him down.
Indeed, that is true. I think Apollyon is going to move over. Actually, why should I move?
Pastime.
True. Okay. Can I use my move action to empty out my handy haversack?
Good question. Someone Google how a handy haversack works. Because is it one of those things where you have to be like, yes, I would like my bottle of wine?
Bag, handy haversack.
You
I
know,
think
it's
it kind
a
of
draw.
is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Retrieving
you can just turn it
any-
upside down.
Retrieving any specific item is a move action.
Right, but I don't want any specific item. I don't want to look for anything. I just want to, shake everything out of it.
Yeah, but
Don't
if
think
it's,
you can do that.
if it's one item at a time, is the thing.
Yeah, that is going to take a
I
while.
like getting this bone storm inside the sack's going to necessarily. I think it might be two. I think handy haversacks also have
Yeah, indeed. I think abandoning this
opening
idea.
limit.
Yeah,
Um,
they can hold
thing.
2 cubic feet in volume, and this
Oh,
is
shit,
10
yeah.
cubic feet in volume.
Okay, never mind. I
No, they
am
can
going
hold
to
up to 8
cast.
cubic feet, to be fair.
I'm going to cast spontaneous immolation on this thing.
Set that on fire.
Set it on fire. Actually, I might. What level is scorching rays? Oh no, actually, I'm going to use scorching rays. Never mind. So that is searing beam of fire. And since I'm 10th level, I can fire 2 of them. And I will fire both rays at this storm thing. And this is a touch attack. So the first beam. This was with +2s, right?
Yes.
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 Okay, perfect.
Only for the only if it's like a natural
A
attack, 'cause
ranged
it's like if it's
melee.
touch attack.
No, sorry, a ranged touch attack. Misc
that'll work.
mod is +2. So the first beam. Did that work? No. Wait. Oh shit. Okay, so
Oh,
that's
yeah.
both beams then. It's 20 and
Okay,
24.
so both hit. Roll
Okay.
1d20 plus 10.
1d20 plus 10. Why?
Yeah, the
Oh yeah,
spell
shit,
was-
spell
Spell
resistance. Okay, right. Fucking hell. Come on, get it.
Fingers crossed.
Fucking roll 20's trundling a little bit today. Isn't
It's,
it?
it's creating dramatic effect.
Come on, come on.
Okay, this is getting a bit too dramatic.
Memes.
Okay, Jack fixed it.
Okay, this is
Fine.
absurd. I'm just gonna roll my physical dice if I can
We'll have
find
to trust you then, won't we? Do it again.
them. Fine, I'll try it again if I can. Bam. Doesn't seem to be working. I'm gonna refresh roll 20. Oh, yes!
There we are. 25 at hit.
All right,
Booyah.
all right. Here
yeah,
comes
so-
8d6.
Oh, do you have to roll once per scorching ray, or is it just once for the?
It's
I'm gonna say
4d6
1
per ray, so it's 86 total since I fire both rays at this thing, and it's one spell, so I presume I only need to roll spell resistance once.
Well, you beat it both times anyway. So.
Yes. Ah, come on. Where's this? Alright, so 8. Let's roll 86, please. Oh, there it is. 34.
Woof. Big whammy.
Nice.
So, Sigmund is still sort of in the midst of it, being buffeted about, but to your
I've got a
trained
shot every
arcane
time
and
Jack
particularly...
says buffeted in this episode.
Buffeted.
It's a good word.
You said it
Do you
a
not
lot.
like the word
It's a good
buffeted?
word. But
It's
you
your
said it a
biscuity Buffett base.
lot. Biscuity
No, I think that's a buffet. Anyway,
Buffets.
so you can see that Sigmund is still kind of in the midst of it, but it is... what is this?
It's the beam!
Right, I see.
Shit, it's actually too big.
It's on the ropes. It literally has 1 hit point left.
Okay, so it's gonna have to be something like this. Yeah. Beam!
Right from Glanvar.
Ooh,
Dave, it's your turn.
me.
It's you.
I can't do anything interesting.
Jump into the
Unless-
void. No.
Unless I'm allowed to go like this, in which case I might.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
You can move through
Uh,
my space.
You can also move through Glanvar's space. Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
but
trying to
then
do it with the
I can't.
minimum possible movement.
Oh, okay.
I probably could actually. Yeah, I can move 25 feet, and that's only because I've got special shoes. Well, you said it was necromantic energies, yes?
Yes. Well, unholy technically, but yes.
Would I know before I use up a spell slot if running up and sticking my hand with a cure light wounds on it would do anything?
Good question.
If it's...
I
Is
mean,
it undead?
It counts as undead, so I take a guess and say
If it's
yes, that would
undead,
do
then
yes.
it works.
And I'm pretty sure it's just a no cell with
It's
I do that.
touch,
I run up.
yeah.
I cast cure light wounds.
Yeah,
I
it
stick
would
my
be a
hand
ranged.
into the
It
void.
would be a melee touch attack.
yes.
Melee touch attack. I don't know how to do one of those. How do I do that?
It's just baby plus strength.
Oh no. That's not a good start.
I still don't know why it's strength for a touch attack, but oh well.
Right,
Punch
okay,
it.
so it's
Punch it and heal it as you go.
1d20
I heal you of your
minus
life.
3 plus 2. It's just minus 1. Oh god, I'm gonna regret this, Dave. Yep.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna guess that doesn't hit.
It doesn't hit, no. Oddly enough, you whiff it. You know, you swing, and somehow you manage to miss a cloud. Like it's a column of wind, and yeah.
God, what a
No.
waste of a spell slot.
Oh, that was a full spell slot as well, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
That's
Yeah.
really
As
nice.
for healing, just seeing this happening, just being like,
I can't reach you, and also I can't do anything else.
Could you roll a fortitude save for me as well, please?
Yes, I can.
Please fall
Dave.
down the same hole.
No. Would you save? Roll it.
Dave falls down the same hole.
Ooh!
You're buffeted back. Fuck. No. You're thrown backwards.
Oh.
And,
Do I land on
yeah,
John?
I think so. And I think
Wow.
it's just like a whoomp. Ow!
Ow.
Why?
Sorry, John.
I
No,
think
no.
Quinn is here as well, and she's just like, is it going good? Is that a good sign?
I think it's going well if you're not me.
I think also you
Okay.
probably roll 1d6 for me. You take 2 points of damage from like
does
you
John
take
also
2
take
points
2
of
points of
toxic damage.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yes, definitely. He collapses. No. Yeah, good. Tilda Barrahill is going to. She does have a rope in her adventurer's pack. So she's going to give that a go, sort of grabbing Gilhelm. Ah.
I guess that was not a good
Make a
roll.
reflex save for Gilhelm, please.
Fucking hell.
oh,
Okay.
me? Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Tilda Barrow-Hill also totally whiffed it and rolled a 3.
Oh,
Okay,
Gilhelm
the cool thing still
saves.
stands. So what Tilda does is she tosses the rope. It's like a grappling hook, I think. Out.
Hmm.
Gilhelm lunges for it when she totally whiffs the throw.
It's the weakest fucking toss.
It's so bad,
It's
but it
bad.
doesn't really have to travel very far.
Mhm.
And yeah, she's sort of staggering, trying to hold Gilhelm up because he is a lot heavier than her. But yeah, she's braced, able to hold him for the moment, and Gilhelm is no longer in immediate danger.
Nice.
Aside from the
Good.
whole sort of hanging from a rope thing, he's in about as much danger as we all are from time to time.
Let's see.
It's the Cyclone's turn. Okay, so is it going to move? So there are 4 potential movements it could take. It's moving randomly. It moves towards Glanvar.
Oh, shit.
Before
Again.
it moves, does it do that? Oh, that's a full round action. Okay, that's boring. And it would only give it 5 points of HP. Yeah, it moves towards Glanvar. It's actually gonna move. Yeah, let's go here. So Apollyon, I need you to make a Fortitude save. And
Very
Glanvar,
well.
need you to take. Sorry, I totally forgot how to roll in this game.
15.
You are thrown 10 feet away from the cloud.
Okay.
He's standing next to a window!
Oh shit.
No,
In what direction?
The cloud is here.
Oh
so
no,
he's
am I thrown down the staircase?
You land on one of your skeletons.
I land with the skeletons.
Glanvar, you take 14 points.
Oh, hi, Polly.
Ow.
14 points.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. And yeah, you're essentially, it's just kind of death by 1,000 cutsy, and I need you to make a Fortitude save for me, please.
This button actually triggers it, correct? Oh, I think it did.
Yes, you are totally fine, aside from being in the sort of bone cyclone thing.
The bone
Again?
cyclone.
Again, once more into the bone cyclone.
That's a bad. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Title of Apollyon's autobiography.
Fucking hell.
Apollyon Buckhart.
Yeah.
Right. So the orphans, I think Quinn is gonna reach out and
Sorry, so
heal you for 11 points of damage. Dave, what's that?
Oh, thanks.
I was going to say, it's the name of the book, Apollyon Buckhart, How I Was Thrown from the Bone Zone.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, that was funnier in my head. Sorry, everyone.
Nah, it's alright, man.
Oh, buddy, I didn't hear it, frankly. Now, please.
It's okay. Let's go on. Hello.
The moment has
Buddy.
passed, but another moment
Okay.
will come.
Another
This too shall pass. Glanvar, it's your turn. You're in the bone zone.
You're in the Bone Zone.
I just want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Right.
Yeah.
uh,
Punch it.
Pardon?
Punch the cloud.
Punch it.
row, punch a cloud.
Yes.
Yeah, I make better use firing arrows at something. What am I firing arrows at?
The bones within it, I suppose.
Okay. I'm going to tank the cloud for a round.
Nice.
Probably not the wisest ideas, but
It has a single hit point, Glanvar.
I mean,
I think
you
you
did
can.
Yeah.
just see what I did with my turn, right?
That's a good point.
Whatever you can do
Yeah,
would be
that'd
wiser
be
than that.
fine.
right. In that case, let's tank the cloud by combining my. By just. What the heck has it done that for? That's a bit concerning.
What's going on?
No, my macro is doing some weird numbers
Hmm.
in play.
Oh. That's a
That-
miss and a hit, I think.
Nice.
I mean, that wasn't the one I meant to roll, but yes,
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
fair
I meant
enough.
to click flurry, but for some reason I read full round as flurry for some bizarre reason. Oh well.
So yeah, I think it does the One Punch Man style thing of you punch it and like a sort of circular hole kind of erupts in the middle of the cloud. And
Well, my
yeah.
bow attack, not my punching attacks. But
Yeah. Even
Oh, that
better,
was
to be
a
honest.
bow?
It's just, yeah.
Wow.
It's just a
Yeah.
fucking arrow that just punches this entire thing away.
Yeah. Like it's notched into the wall like here, and yeah, this thing is entirely torn asunder. It sort of collapses, and the remnants of the bones of the militia sort of collapse to the ground. And yeah, you are now in the middle of a collapsed or semi-collapsed sort of old mill or something. And yeah, do-be-do-do-do-be-da-be-da.
XP.
XPs. We'll do it after the session because maths.
Okay, fair enough.
Tilda is going to attempt to start pulling Gilhelm up because, well, he's still sort of hanging out in the void.
Sigmund will help with this as well.
Alright.
Yep, you can roll that. Feel free to weigh in. I feel like it's probably a strength check.
Alright.
Ramvard's going to proceed to
I
start
think-
brushing all the bone dust off of him.
Gilhelm
Yeah,
is
you're
going
totally
to
white.
make a strength check as well to climb up. 17.
cool.
Finally, that's decent.
So yeah, I think it takes a little bit of time. Okay. I think it takes a little bit of time, and I think, like, just based on the precarious position, essentially, at one point, Tilda just has to be like, look, I get that you're trying to help, but there's not a lot of space here, and you are making this harder, Sigmund. I'm not going to lie to you. You're making it a little bit harder. You did good in that fight, besides. You pretty much evaporated that guy, so, you know, that is void. You did just walk into the void at that. Yeah, so eventually Gilhelm is pulled up. And, yeah.
Nice.
What are you all doing now? I think Tilda is basically dusting herself off, although she didn't really get as much of the brunt of it as Sigmund and Glanvar did. And yeah, they're not twins; they're siblings. Just kind of
they were
checking
twins.
one another over. I don't think they're twins. Maybe they are. If I mentioned they were twins last
I
episode,
drew
then
them as.
you did.
I certainly drew them as twins.
they're twins. Oh, I like the very Studio Trigger score.
Yeah, because
Right, yeah,
it's supposed to be 2 beams, so I thought, how can I make the second beam
wait.
extra cool?
Trigger it. Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so you're sort of dusting yourself off following this encounter. There is one whole staircase to make your way down with here, and yeah, what are you doing for the moment?
Are we all just like in consecutive order? Is everybody just walking down the staircase, and Napoleon's just sort of resting in the middle of the other destroyed one?
Oh, that's actually a good point. Apollyon, roll 1d6.
Sure. 6.
You took 6 points of damage when you fell down the staircase.
That is not non-lethal, is it?
What? No, I think it's lethal damage.
Okay,
You can
cool.
die from falling down the staircase.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
Molly's
that.
got damage resistance again.
Yeah, indeed. I have damage reductions 5 against non-lethal
see.
because
I don't
it's an undead bloodline
so.
thing. Funnily enough.
That's hilarious. I
It
think
is.
you could still kill a zombie by kicking it down a staircase, so I'm gonna
true.
take a guess and say
That's fair.
lethal damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tilda is gonna join you downstairs, Dave, as well. Are you alright? I saw you take a tumble.
I'm fine.
Yeah? She's like neatening your scarf and stuff a little bit. She's got her scimitars back in her bandolier style thing now. You okay, yeah?
Yeah.
That was good.
Waste of a
You
spell
did-
slot.
Well, yeah. But you know, I whiffed it immediately afterwards. I mean, you didn't see it, but I was trying to help
Okay.
Apollyon's awful pet thing, and that went poorly.
He's got a name.
I was trying to help Apollyon's Gilhelm, and I did rescue it.
Him.
Him. I did rescue him. Oh god, it makes noises. Okay. I didn't realize it could speak.
He can't.
Just noises.
Yet.
Okay, good. Just gonna get rid of this X over Apollyon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Looks like
move
something unfortunate has occurred. An inglorious end.
that. Inglorious end.
Yeah. Right. So
I moved downstairs as well.
Tilda is, she's pretty much none the worse for wear, and okay, so injured crew members retrieved. Very good work. She's saying that entirely to Dave. Okay, so I need to get these two back to the ship, but aside from that, I'm pretty much at your beck and or call. What's your next steps here?
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, now that we've got this done, I suppose the next thing we need to do is make sure that we've got Seth and his gladiators on board, and then we can make an attack towards Sobek's little fledgling empire.
We're
think-
gonna need to maybe need to deal with the bridge, but then again, we do have access to boats now, or at least a boat.
We do. Okay. Then I think what we probably need to do is head to the Free Scumportian Republic, or Free Republic of Scumport, whichever one it is, and wreak havoc.
Okay, so the Republic of Free Scumport is the one that is entirely the sort of rich folk and their private militia. The Free Scumportian Republic is the one that has Tanya and the Fireball parked up, though.
Ah, I see. Okay. Cool.
Yes, I had to check my map for that too.
Understandable. I'm just going to make a quick note of that. So we've got the Free Republic of Scumport, which are the baddies, right?
No, it's the Republic of Free Scumport.
Oh, the Republic of... I see.
So it's the RFS and the FSR.
Alright, and the F...
Does not make it easier to remember.
Okay. Well, acronyms are easier for me. I don't know.
It's certainly easier to write down.
See, there you go. Progress. So yeah, where do you guys want to go next?
Well, let's start by getting the hell out of the Haunted Quarter.
True.
Good call. This place sucks. So I think the captain, whose name I totally have on hand.
Indeed.
So Lieutenant Cross's ship is still there. Like, I think the 2 or 3 Tide Knights that she have seem wary, but like everyone is still there. So I think it's easy enough to light the lanterns back up and push off. Where are you going? Back to Fort Fisheye is probably where they'd that's their kind of default. But they're happy to drop you off at the Free Scumportian Republic or wherever else.
I think some of us could do with a little bit of healing up.
Indeed.
Yeah. Let's go hurt the paladins, see if they can give us some free stuff again.
That's a
I
good
think-
idea.
As John is a admittedly low-level cleric, he'll try and give you guys a hand at best he can. Glanvar, take 5 points of healing. Sigmund takes 7 points of healing,
Cool.
and either Apollyon or Dave take 4 points of healing.
What are you on, Dave?
I am on 50 something.
Well, I'm on 29, so
Okay,
if
you
I
can
may,
have it
I am
then.
going to claim that.
Yes, you can have it.
Thank you.
Yeah, and essentially he's just sort of he's got his little symbol of Thels out, and he's just sort of murmuring as he's going between you and trying to heal you the best he can. which is pretty much just like closing up the scratches and stuff. The bruises are now like purple as opposed to like dark black. So yeah, I suppose it wouldn't be bruises for this fight so much, but scuffs and cuts and.
Yeah,
I
mean, people who have been in the storm have basically
Oh,
been sanded, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ow. Man, that's
It's-
actually a really rough one. You know what? I in the original stat block for this thing, it's immune to weapons.
I didn't think
Really?
it would be. Swarms tend to have weird things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but like, how the fuck are you supposed to kill it in that? It's only CR8.
Yeah, and if it's
Magic.
immune to weapons and it's got spell resistance.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
got spell resistance, so it's really
Well.
fucking expensive to fight. Like, it's
Yes.
CR8, but I don't know how you'd fight it at anything less than like level 10. Anyway.
Anywho,
Anywho. So, yeah, where are you guys going? Where do you direct the lieutenant to drop you?
Fort Fisheye, I think. What do you guys think?
Or she can drop you back in town at the Free Scumportian Republic, whatever's good. There is a dock there too.
Actually, we might want to get to town so that we can make our way to the Republic of Free Scumport.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I say hello to Daryl again.
Yeah,
It's like
that's-
it's not. Is it the middle of the night or is it just? It's late though, right?
It's reasonably late. I think you left Fort Fisheye at about 9 o'clock. If we say it's maybe been an hour and a half since then, so it's maybe 10:30 now.
Right. Okay.
It's been a long day, and that's with a long rest quite recently. So yeah, so you're dropped off in the Scumportian Free Republic.
Mm-hmm.
The Free Report. Why did I do this to myself? The Free Scumportian Republic.
Yes, the Free Scumportian Republic. Okay.
So this sort of metal-bottomed Tide Knight boat pulls up alongside the Fireball. There is a sort of shipyard where the Fireball is sort of midway under repair, and Tilda Barrow-Hill and John and Quinn. She's going to marshal them up the gangplank onto the Fireball before returning to you guys.
All right.
And stick with me next time. Fuck.
Yeah, honestly, this was a pretty serious endeavor just to get you two kids out of trouble. I hope you really learn a lesson from this.
I don't think you should be trying to teach anyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Dave was never like this, and he grew up fine.
Great.
Yeah, fair enough.
We survived, didn't we?
Yeah, that's it. You know, it's a story for you to tell. So yeah, the actual so the Free Scumportian Republic and the Republic of Free Scumport, as the RFS are huge dickbags, do have a pretty actively patrolled border, which is mostly kind of Night Watch style, big barricades made of like upturned carts and stuff right now, and chairs. But yeah, it's easy enough to cross into the Republic of Free Scumport if you'd like to.
Do we know who's in charge? Because I would at least like to offer to let's try be diplomatic.
I mean, controversial, but okay. So you know that the Republic of Free Scumport is mostly led by like a flimsy council of backstabbing merchants and guilds. So the people who actually put the whole thing together initially were the Guild of Interlopers, which is a relatively
Guild of-
recent interlopers.
What? Oh, okay.
So I think their guild name is on the map of Scumport that I posted a little while ago. He says,
Oh, yeah,
looking
so it
curiously
is.
at his handout.
Do we know whether they have a sigil of some kind?
The Guild of Interlopers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a walking man with like he's walking on the surface of the sun in terms of like the ground is accentuated here.
I see.
I can sketch it out if you'd prefer.
No, I think I've got a reasonable idea. Okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of a strolling gentleman that's probably quite artisanally done, but you know, it's simplified a lot to just kind of black and white, like a crossing sign or something like that. You
Right.
know? So you all can roll a knowledge local if you'd like to regarding that. It's a pretty recent endeavor.
Can I
Sure.
instead roll something to try and reproduce it on like a badge or a card?
Don't
I
we
feel
already?
like-
We've already got not diplomatic immunity. We've already got our like passports stamped, haven't we?
Ah, that's
and-
true.
That's a good point.
Do better.
For a knowledge local of 30, I think occasionally you get broadsheets sent up from Scumport. Like, they come up on Captain Pugwash's ship from Scumport on occasion. And so you actually heard about this guild when it was founded, Dave. It's essentially the first sort of tourism bureau.
Okay.
So, essentially what seems to have occurred is they were in talks with Sobek pretty early on in terms of being like, oh, hey, there's all this property that's opened up that, people can go and tour now. I mean, people used to go to the Empire of Fangs and just not come back, but what if they could go for a suntan? So based on that kind of slightly selfish decision, as the entire Republic of Free Scumport is, they're essentially more aligned towards the towards Sobek's fledgling Republic than they are the Free Scumportian Republic at the moment.
Okay.
And you know that it's I do actually have a name. I actually wrote down names and everything. I just can't find the map that I drew.
It's in the handouts.
You do actually. Yeah, I know. I have a more detailed one. I
Oh,
put NPC names on the map so that I wouldn't forget them.
it's not a bad idea.
You also know that the head of the guild is a man named Horner Crest, who's like an older kind of human gentleman, great big bushy beard. And you have like a pretty good idea as to where the Guild of Interlopers is, as they've been, making a decent amount of money sending folks up to like Thor's Haven, for example. Like the Dwarven Trade Confederacy is pretty. They're not super big on like outsiders and stuff, but they do like money. So it is reasonably easy to get them to agree to run tours on occasion. So yeah, you do know where the Guild of Interlopers is.
Okay.
And
Well-
other notable hotspots in the Republic of Free Scumport are the Guild of Assassins and the Embassy of Thorshaven.
Right.
I mean, neither of those are particularly great places.
I don't know. The assassins are actually pretty hospitable.
Oh, yeah, but they work for everyone to pay them the most, and it's going to be the rich people, isn't it?
I suppose.
I was hoping, out of character, but I guess in character as well, that, I could do some, oh, Scumport, it's so great, let's all unite and retake but clearly this guy isn't one of those types.
I mean, he's a dickhead capitalist, so
Well, like, that's what a lot of people that live in London are like, and they still think London's great, even though it's not. So I was hoping that was going to be a factor, but no, apparently he's not even like a patriotic dickhead, just a dickhead.
Well, I mean, he's more of a money-oriented man.
Okay.
I'm not saying, this isn't me saying, oh, he cannot be convinced to join your side or anything of the sort, and I want to make that
Oh,
clear.
I don't even want him to join the side, I just want to get out of the way.
Also possible.
Okay, let me actually see what I've got here in terms of...
Yeah, I was like, this is definitely. Oh well, I thought maybe I could try and rouse him, but I don't know if that's gonna work. We need to like cause some mayhem or something. Hey, Polly, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm
Looking
sort of looking
expectantly.
at this thing. All right,
I
so
think
60 feet is pretty far.
What are you doing with 60 feet?
Well,
Summoning a centipede.
I may have
Whack, whack.
I may have a spell that can set the entire guild on fire.
No.
Well,
I mean, we
you
shouldn't
look to me
open
for
with
mayhem.
that, okay? We shouldn't open with that.
Why not?
I'd say we should say, hey, we need to come through here. We're retaking Scumport. Get out of the way, or we'll set your guild on fire. And then if they don't, then we can set that guild on fire a little bit. I don't want to kill anyone, but we can destroy some property. That's fine.
So this Horner Crest fellow. No, I don't.
I don't like him.
I don't either. Man, if only I had still had Sculpt Corpse, then we could stage his death. That would be something.
Oh, you got rid of that, did you? Oh,
Yeah, I did.
character growth, Polly.
I mean,
To be fair, it's a deeply unuseful spell.
it
Yeah.
kind of is.
You used it once and it made some potatoes blow up.
Yep, this is true. It's really more of a,
Artisan spell.
Indeed.
Poisoned egg.
Poison Egg, a good classic. Okay, so I'm looking at my stuff, and in terms
This is
of...
the first time that spell's been acknowledged in canon.
No fucking idea.
I think it is. Sorry, carry on.
Possibly. I'm sort of looking at the stuff that I have in my inventory, and I'm now sort of thinking... Horner Crest... Scroll of Touch Injection... Powdered Mummy Skin. What do you think of that sort of trifecta over there?
I mean, what's that gonna do to him?
I mean, it's powdered mummy skin. It's a drug. Powdered...
Oh, you just want to get him high off
Yeah.
off literal dead people.
Yes, of course. What else would you get high off?
No.
Okay,
Really
so
dang.
it's...
The dankest. Mugwort isn't reasonable.
Ah, shit, no, it's actually you have to inhale it normally. Ah, shit.
Ah, no. That's the
Can
only
we-
flaw with an otherwise perfect plan.
The only flaw in an otherwise perfect plan. Can we abduct him and hide him somewhere in the Republic of Free Scumport, and then everybody will be out looking for him?
I don't know. I just feel like we should just roll up with everyone that wants to come with us, which I guess is Untilda and maybe some Tide Knights, and be like, hey, get out of the way. Or we're gonna blow something up.
Well, I mean, we don't need them to get out of the way. We
We
just
do.
need...
We just need to get them out of the way.
Well, we need them to basically just
I mean-
not attack the Gladiators' Quarter. Isn't that what we're going for here?
From what I've
Yeah.
heard, they're kind of interfering with the arena master, and a shadow falls across her face. His whole business, so...
Yes, indeed. So we
I
just
can't
need them to
remember
stop
what it
doing
was they
that.
Specifically, we're doing.
It's essentially... So the ongoing sort of issues right now, I suppose, are that at the border between the Gladiators' Quarter and the Republic of Free Scumport, there's a lot of harrying from them. The Free Scumportian Republic are pretty happy to sort of lay down arms against the Gladiators' Quarter, more or less, because Tanya knows and trusts you and is kind of a community leader as part of that whole scenario. The ass is pretty ambivalent either way.
Neutral.
Yeah, true neutral. Dominic Hallsbane, Goblin Entrepreneur and High Archmage, and the Bridge
He's a goblin,
Protectorate.
isn't
Yes, did I not? I kind of hinted at that, I think.
Did you?
Yes. Okay. Well, shit.
You didn't hit very well.
Like reading aloud my own DM's notes. Yeah, there is also the Scumport Bridge Protectorate, which is the bulk of the city guard.
Indeed. Well, I
and,
mean,
obviously
I think
the
we can.
Empire itself.
I think we can probably convince the Bridge Protectorate to help us take back the Empire of Sobek side of Scumport. So I don't think we need to worry about them as much as this Republic of Free Scumport situation.
So what was it they were doing to Seth, except the gladiators? I said, I can't remember.
Yeah, they were essentially sending militia across the border, kind of harrying them. Property damage and kind of being a bit shit. Dicks because
Balls on
they
you to
associate
harry
them with
gladiator
the.
arena.
Sigmund, what's your take on this, man?
I like the
Well-
Guild of Interlopers symbol, by the way. That's very accurate.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that I do. Well, there are very few problems I've found that can't be solved by kidnapping an old man. I think we've all come to that conclusion.
True, very true.
It's a good point. It's a valid strategy that I've used on many occasions.
But what the and a shadow casts across Sigmund's face. The arena master really needs is for these arseholes to stop messing with the arena. Now, we don't even know why they're messing with the arena.
True.
Just because they're jerks.
What about
That jerk.
going with the kidnapping an old man bit? Then we hand him over to Seth as a hostage, and then they've got a reason not to do the old harrying anymore because
That is true, and I do like that. But
I don't know.
but
Look, the last time
might
they
it
tried
not?
to kidnap someone, it was a demon.
Yeah,
It would have sent you to the astral plane.
that is
Just
true.
make sure it's not a demon this time.
Also,
That was a good story, by the way.
I think if we do that though, it might escalate things perhaps more
I
than
just
help.
feel like kidnapping
True.
is too complicated. I just think we need to say, hey, if you mess with the gladiators, we'll mess with you back.
sure.
I mean,
actually,
we could go in and be sociable and then just,
Yeah, let's do some recon. Let's go and find out
if
what's
things
up.
Yeah,
Find out why they're
indeed.
starting-
let's just go to the place in the first place. That's a good idea.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Let's try and talk him out to it, and if it doesn't work, we can just kidnap him.
Yeah. And
I
set the
still
guild
think
on
kidnapping
fire.
is I think we should stick to one of them. I just think kidnapping is too complicated. It's never worked.
That's true. I'm all for setting the guild
It
on
never
fire.
worked was when we were expecting a demon, but it ended up being an old man.
I've not heard that one, but it doesn't sound as heroic, Dave.
It wasn't my idea.
Okay, I trust
Yes, it
you.
was. I don't think it was my idea.
Do you want Tilda with you on this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Tilda's happy to come with. She's got other folks on her crew who she is happy to keep an eye on the kids for. Who she is happy to leave the kids with. I know what I was talking about. Yeah, so it's easy. It's still reasonably easy to cross into the Republic of Free Scumport. I think there are kind of border guards and stuff, but there's some. It's not even outright civil war. It's like street brawls. Like, sometimes a bar on one side of the border or the other will pour out, and there'll just be some street fighting for a minute or two. Between rounds. So yeah, the actual Republic of Free Scumport is very quiet compared to the Free Scumportian Republic. There are patrolling militia folks. They don't seem to bat you much of an eyelid. You get the sense that they're probably not paid enough to care. But like, as this was a wealthier neighborhood anyway, there are like houses with walls and cobbled streets, and it's quite well to do. In kind of the middle of it, there is a square with a large fountain, which does have a few of the guilds kind of clustered around it in a kind of semicircle.
Right.
Can I make a request?
By all means.
I know that this is our last PATHCO for a while, but like the time to think about what I'm going to say because we've only got a quarter of an hour left. And
I maybe have a suggestion as to where to call in.
okay, I will carry on then.
If maybe do as you were, and we'll see if it comes up.
Well, yeah, my
I'm not gonna-
leave it here.
I'm not going to force you into a social situation, or I'm not going to immediately force you into the negotiation shit with 12 minutes to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, if you guys would rather call it here, then we can call it here.
Yeah, it is going to be a bit of a big gap. So starting to get just
True.
before we start a plan, giving us some time to think, might
That's
actually make
probably a
sense.
good call.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
thinking.
true. Yeah. All right. That sounds sensible.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we shall call it with y'all hopping over the border into the double check the Republic of Free Scumport. I still don't get that one right, and we'll come back after the sort of summer break. Cool.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Good James, everyone.
Good James. I will
Good
be
James. Bye,
closing the
everyone.
stream. Bye
Don't forget your
everyone.
rubber ducks.
Rubber ducks.
Bye.